feel like the first two games was definitely a chess match between both of you guys. I feel like last night's game was, to me, typical you guys basketball. Where do you feel mentally you guys made that shift from the first two games to being at home in Boston?
Just went into film after game two. You know, those first two games were definitely a chess match. You're trying to figure out your opponent. You're trying to figure out what adjustments you may need to make. And, game two, they made the right adjustments, and we didn't. Game three, we went back to who we were. We made our adjustments that we needed to make, but also playing the brand of basketball that we know how to play and we've been playing all year.
Third row on the left, Steve Ashburner.
Hi, Marcus. Steve Ashburner, NBA.com. We've seen this in the postseason with your team where Ime and you guys will talk about, that stretch of turnovers really hurt us. And that becomes a focal point, and then a game or two later, there's a stretch of turnovers that really hurt you guys. Same thing with the third quarter. You guys talk a lot about, third quarters, we got to really attend to that. And then a third quarter comes up and there's a problem again. How do you explain that pattern and that tendency? It's sort of like you know what you have to do and then don't quite get it done sometimes.
Can't. It's just one of those things where, it's just a mystery. You go out and you do as best as you can. You can only prepare for what you know is coming, but the outcome and everything else that happens can change. So, you can have a plan and it doesn't work. And we've been in a few of those situations, but, it allows us to grow. We obviously, we learn from the game to game. And as we know, when those turnovers happen and we lose those games, we bounce back. We're definitely trying to not keep that pattern going. But like I said, all you can do is prepare and deal with the cards that you have dealt in front of you.
And if it's happening in a third quarter situation, I mean, are you aware of it as it's going on? It's like, man, this quarter is getting us again.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard not to, especially when you're out there and you're the one going through it. You definitely feel it. But like I said, you just try to do what you're supposed to do, and that's what you know how to do, and let's go out there and try to win to the best of your ability.
First row on the right.
Hey, Marcus, how would you describe what this season has been like? Obviously, it's been a winding road to a large degree, some dead ends, but you guys have kind of gotten through everything. How would you describe what it's been like and the character of this group to do what it's done at this point?
I would probably have to describe it as just right. Everything happens for a reason. When you're trying to accomplish something great, things have to be sacrificed. And you have to go through some things, to prepare you for the battle that's, in front of you. And early on in the season, we had to prepare for battle that we were going to have to endure. And we went through it. We went through the training. We went through the beat downs. We went through the blood, sweat, and tears. And now we're in the finals and have an opportunity to win a ring. So everything happened for a reason.
Fourth row in the middle.
Hey, Marcus, Yaron Weitzman from Fox Sports. With Jalen and Jason, have you noticed anything different in terms of how they interact, their give and take on the court specifically, in terms of taking role, turns, playmaking, who's on the ball, who's off, and things like that?
Definitely. I think we all have. We've seen how aggressive that they are. They're very adamant about what they want and what they're going to do with the ball, and and with making decisions and making reads. They're grown. They've grown and matured in that aspect, and they knew in order for us to reach our full potential that they were going to have to take that step, and they took the challenge, and it's showing and it's proven right now.
Playing off each other, I meant more specifically.
Yeah, me too. The same thing. They've grown. They've had to understand that they have to, mature in that aspect to know when to let one go, when to help them out, and when to do what you're supposed to do. So, that's it.
Third row on the right, Mark Murphy.
Mark Murphy, Boston Herald. You guys have obviously been very good at responding following a loss, including on the road. Maybe not so much following up a win at home, but that's the situation you're in now. You have a chance to build up quite an advantage here. What do you have to do to get over that hump?
We have to replicate what we did in Game 3. We reduced our turnovers, we reduced their second chance points and offensive rebounds, and we just controlled the game in the game that we wanted to play.
Third row in the middle.
Hi, Marcus. You had told us you didn't want to get beat down in your house. You were in the house last night, and the house was loud. They were on Draymond. Do you think that that had an impact on him and on you guys? Did you feed off that energy?
Definitely think we did. I mean, when you got an environment like last night, it's kind of hard not to feed off. The energy was electrifying. It was chaotic, and it was perfect for the timing of it. I definitely think it may have affected Draymond in some way, but we all know Draymond feeds off that as well. So it's kind of hard to say how much of an effect it really had on him because he embraces that and that's who he is, and he takes that on and he uses that to fuel him. So, but as a competitor, it don't matter what side you're on, home or away. When the energy's like that, you definitely feel it and you take it on and you let it fuel you.
We're going to take two more questions. First row on the left.
He kind of segued into my question about Draymond. The thing that I think I know I appreciate about the both of you is just your candor. It's kind of like uncle conversation or, like older cousin that you respect. Why do you think in today's society, your level of candor, his level of candor is so misunderstood?
I probably have to say because it's not the norm. Nobody's used to the way how loud it is. Nobody's used to how aggressive it is. If you're not that type of person, it could come off and rub you the wrong way. But that's what makes us special. We're different, and we embrace the difference that we have from everybody else, and that's what makes us great. And I know for a fact Draymond's never going to change, and we don't expect him to. That's Draymond, and that's what makes him the great player that he is. And his career has been full of triumph because of it. He takes that team to a new level when he's on the court and with what he brings, and vice versa with me. So every team will tell you, they might not tell you right up front, but they'll tell you Marcus and Draymond are two guys we would love to have on our team and two guys we would hate to play against.
Second row on the left. We'll finish up here.
Marcus, what did you learn from early in the season that you've given up leads, especially in New York? You've given up 25-point lead, and now when the third quarter came and the Warriors made the rally, what did you learn, or did you lean from those past experiences or losses to pull through in last night?
That I'll probably say that I've learned and this team learned that no matter how things get, we still have a chance to take control, if not already be in control of that game. Even though that, they go on their runs, and we understand that basketball is a game of runs, and they're one of the greatest teams to do it, but so are we, and we're going to make our runs as well. So I think that we've learned that we can control the game no matter how bad it looks if we just stick to what we know.
Thanks, Marcus.
Thank you, guys.